right, everybody. So welcome to the networking booth, the networking lounge that is powered by Diversified at NAB 2026. We're excited to be here. My name is Tim Corder. I am the Vice President of Faith and Performance for Diversified. And I am sitting here today with Toby Bowl from Daystar TV. Toby, would you go ahead and just give a little bit of an overview of your background and your role at Daystar?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been with Daystar for 8 years, so handle all their technical production that happens within our Dallas studios as well as our Israel studios, as well as creative forward-looking on how we capture and the overall look of the network.
Got it.
It's my responsibility.
So you've been through quite a bit of a transition over the last few years.
We have.
Specifically around the look of the network. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. Well, traditionally, obviously, we've been in broadcast for several decades. And we had a desire to actually kind of take a look at changing our overall output from kind of a traditional broadcast look into going into the cine world. And obviously, Diversified was a huge partner and the catalyst in us making that switch. That took place about 2 years ago. So we wanted to be able to achieve a very shallow depth of field presentation. Everything that we do within our sets is all LED driven. And we have some limitations in our current space with size. Yeah. And so what we really dealt with was how do we, kind of capitalize on what it is that we can do from a capture standpoint without changing our footprint. And so in order to do that, we actually took and switched over our entire infrastructure into a cine-based broadcast environment, which was, as you know, was quite a task.
What's been the biggest creative win out of this? I mean, why make this investment? Why make this change?
Sure. Well, I think for us, like I said, the biggest problem was space with kind of where we were. So it gave us flexibility. It gave us the ability to say, okay, let's go out of traditional methods of building sets. Let's go into a virtual world. And let's have the ability to still shoot in all of the surrounding and the parameters within our studio, and not be limited or inhibited by what maybe our negatives were in our space. But let's turn it and make it a positive within our space. That's also opened the door to our capture and how we utilize our capture on our live show. Also, how we utilize our capture on our post-production shows. It took us into an ecosystem that opened up a whole other world. Now introducing that into the AR XR side. Our desire from beginning was really to be a broadcaster that embraced new technology in the faith world. We didn't want to be passed by with technology, but we wanted to be a leader in that technology for the faith-based production world.
So with that in mind, what are some of the next initiatives? How do you build on that?
Well, it's a great question. We also have studios in Israel. And so what we are doing currently is in the midst of getting those studios actually switched over to the same technology of what it is that we've incorporated in our Dallas studios. And then we're on the cusp of making the jump to 2110. On the cusp of what does that mean as we go to another country? Can we do a REMI setup? Can we do control from here and not necessarily have to have as large of a production footprint within our Jerusalem studios? And so it's really just opened the door of new ways of thinking. We've gone out of the standard just over the air approach. It's taken us into a deeper dive on OTT.
Because OTT is a really massively exploding platform.
It is. Over the last 2 years, our OTT platform has just explosive growth. And we want to continue to expand that. So we're looking at some futuristic ideas for us that are new in the market new here on the show floor at NAB as well. And we want to see where that goes with what we want to be able to accomplish. Again, reaching an audience, not getting rid of the audience that was there, but continuing to grow and expand on what our reach is.
So if you were talking to another broadcaster who hasn't made that shift towards a more shallow depth of field, larger format sensor, all those sort of things, maybe are there any learnings of the journey of the last couple of years, maybe some pitfalls or some warnings to make, or what has that experience been like?
Well, obviously, it changes on the operation side when you have, a staff and personnel that is not used to shooting in that world, and more of a traditional broadcast world. The biggest learning curve has really been for how do we adapt in our environment that's been there for 25 years. And I would say to peel the onion back maybe one layer at a time. But there's been a lot of things that we've learned along the way. Huge for us, like I said from the beginning, is the partnership with Diversified and what it is that the expertise that you guys brought. And there was a lot of I won't say speculation, but a lot of questioning of are we really doing the right thing? Are we really and we just kind of we took the leap to do it.
You've never looked back.
We've never looked back.
It has never looked better than it does now.
The programming, the feedback, all of the above. We have an amazing engineering team that does fantastic and has just been able to execute on every level. And they, I can't say enough good things about what they've been able to do with it as well.
So then talk a little bit about, I know one of the other areas that you're expanding into, and I can't help but feel like there's a bit of a tie of the cinematic infrastructure and the cinematic style. Mm-hmm. You're getting ready to add some additional studios to your complex as well, right?
We are. As you know, you've been there and seen, we're kind of, gridlocked with what our spacing capabilities are. However, we're not gridlocked in our space on our property. And so there is a lot of things coming that are very paramount and monumental for us. And it will also give shoot space within the faith world that gives opportunities for others to come in and be a part of that endeavor too.
From your perspective here at NAB 26, can you talk just a little bit more about what are the categories that you're paying the most attention to? What are some of the manufacturers or product categories that are at the top of your team's list?
Sure.
Of digging into at the show?
Yeah. Well, we are switching over to a live color grading system. So that's something that you and I have had a lot of conversation about. So what's the next step with that? So that for us, that's going from a traditional RCP, setup, and going into a live color grading. That's a very big part of our endeavors here, as well as the ARXR. That implementation and what we have been able to accomplish, it really opened the door with switching over to that cinematic look. It opened the door on the back end, so our foreseeable goals for this year are really in those parts.
That's awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you for stopping and having a conversation.
Thank you for having me.
Open it up to anyone. If anyone wants to grab Toby afterwards and has questions or would like to chat a little bit, feel free. Hopefully this provides an opportunity for us to network as a community and extend relationships with each other. So thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Appreciate it.